Okay, so between 2023 and 2024, I've spent a large amount of money on changing my body composition, going from about 32% fat to about 24% fat. So if you've ever wondered how much it actually costs to stay fit, where I spend the most amount of money, and if it's worth it, then this video is for you. Spoiler alert, it's totally worth it, and I'll keep paying that price as long as I can and need to. So this is not just about gym memberships, it's everything from the tech to the food, the supplements, and even the clothes and gear. And I did the math so you don't have to. I live in Toronto, so all my numbers are going to be based in CAD and based on real local prices with tax.
Oh my God.
So the return on investment hasn't just been about abs or looking good. It's also been about finding clarity, mental peace, and building discipline along the way. Keep watching and I'll show you exactly how it all adds up, and you can see where it might make sense to adjust things for yourself. And quick disclaimer, this video is not sponsored in any way. Everything I share is just from my own personal experience and what's worked for me. So first things first, let me tell you a little bit about the methodology I use to calculate my costs. So I see my fitness expenditure fall into two categories. First, we have the upfront investments. These are things that you buy once and they last you for quite a few years. This is the stuff like the gear, the setup, and the equipment. It took me roughly 2 years to go from this to this. So I'll amortize the upfront cost over 24 months. In essence, yeah, we're just spreading the cost across the number of months that these items actually serve me well for. Then there are the variable costs. This is the stuff that I pay for every single month, like supplements, meals, subscriptions, all the stuff that keeps the fitness habit going day to day. So I'll multiply these costs by 12 or 24 months since they're ongoing, and that's the amount of time that it actually took me to see any significant results. Okay, so let's start with the full breakdown, and then I'll show you why I'm more than happy to keep paying that much for years to come. Okay, part one, we have the upfront investments. These are the things that help build the system. When most people think about discipline, they think about raw willpower. But it turns out that discipline isn't just about forcing yourself. It's also about setting up systems which help you stay consistent. And good systems cost something. Think of it like running an engine on a track. The track gives you direction and structure. You're still doing the work, but the friction disappears. And you're not constantly guessing where to go, you're just moving forward with ease. So the upfront investments or costs are like setting up the track. It's the setup that makes staying consistent feel effortless. So here's what my system looked like. First, we have the electronics and wearables. This little device here, the Apple Watch, is my ultimate accountability partner, and that costed me about $370. What I love most about this device is that it sets goals for you every single month and gives you awards or badges for completing those milestones every single month. So every ring I close and every badge I earn, that's like a mini dopamine hit which keeps me going every single month. And I think the calendar view within the fitness app is just genius. When I see those circles stacking up, I don't want to break the streak. I also use the Apple Watch to control my music, which is super convenient. And it also helps me track different types of training and sessions, which I think is super useful, especially if you're alternating between cardio and gym sessions or just yoga and, light stretching exercises. I've had the Apple Watch for about 3 years now. Sure, the battery drains a little faster these days, but it still works, and I think it's been one of my best investments yet. My next investment under the electronics and wearables category was the Beats Fit Pro. Now these are noise cancelling earphones that I got off of Apple's website. So I even got to customize the case a little bit, which I think is a pretty cute touch. So they lasted me a solid 2 years even before I could consider switching or upgrading to the headphones. Good sound equals good motivation. Music can make or break my workouts, especially on intense days like when I'm doing heavy leg workouts. They're noise cancelling with a really punchy bass, which is great for hip hop music, which is what I like to listen while I'm working out. And the fit is way more secure than the Apple AirPods. I've now switched to the Beats over-ear headphones for longer listening, but for really active workouts, I think the earbuds were ideal. So next up, we have an air fryer, which cost me about $100. I got it on Best Buy. Now, protein is a huge part of building muscle, and I eat lean meat almost every day. So the air fryer makes cooking protein really sustainable. It's quick, it's clean, and there's really zero excuses for skipping a healthy meal. It's a really small but crucial part of the system. Next, I want to talk about gear like shoes and accessories. Ideally, you want 2 pairs of shoes, one for running or walking and one for weight training. Shoes with flat soles gives you better stability for heavy lifts. And I don't usually lift beyond my body weight, so for leg workouts, I'm okay to do them barefoot. And I use my regular Nike walking shoes for upper body workouts or even just like cardio running and walking. Now I got my shoes on sale for about $150 with tax. And then there are some other accessories that I use, like resistance bands, a yoga mat, there's training gloves, socks, blender bottles, and these are the things that makes your workout a little bit more smooth. So the shoes cost me $150 and the budget for all these accessories was about $350, and that brings the total for shoes and accessories to $500. Next, let's talk about clothes. I mostly shop from Lululemon, Gymshark, and Aritzia, and I also have a few pieces from Nike and Adidas. On average, I think I rotate about 5 tops and 5 bottoms every week, and the maximum number of times I go to the gym is also 5, so I think that works out. In my experience, these brands have lasted me countless washes over 2 years, so paying a little extra for the quality I think pays off. So across the brands, on average, a top costs about $55, leggings or shorts can cost about $90 each. Bra tops cost me $45 and undergarments are about $55. So all in all, this cost me about $1,050 for 5 full sets. When you feel good in your clothes, you show up better. It's not just vanity, it's actually a form of energy. And that confidence carries into every other area of your life. The next thing I want to talk about is investing in a training program. When I was starting out, I signed up for a personalized online coaching program from Live Easy. It cost me about $450 for 6 months, but I opted for it only in the first year and continued to use the same program into the second year. So if I amortized the cost of $450 over 24 months, that works out to about $19 a month, which I think is what you would pay if you were to subscribe to an online fitness program through an app. You don't need to use a plan forever, but when you're building consistency or still in that learning phase, I think it really helps to have some direction and accountability. So the total upfront investment for 2 years is $2,740, and this also includes the training program, which I just used for 1 year. But for simplicity, let's just spread all these costs across 24 months, and so this works out to $115 a month. Okay, so the next part is about the monthly maintenance, the things that keep the system running. Now, these are things that are totally up to you and how consistently you want to use it. The upfront stuff like your gear and setup will last you years, but the ongoing things like apps, food, and supplements are easy to skip if you're not intentional about it. So if you're going to pay for this, make sure you have an intention to use them fully and consistently. It's where the real return comes from. Let's start with apps and subscriptions. I used an app called Lose It to track my macros. If you're serious about results, you have to track for at least 6 to 7 months. It helps you understand how much you're actually eating versus what you think you're eating. I like this app because of the charts it generates, quick visuals for my daily macros, calorie intake, and progress. And I'm a data scientist, so I love these charts and visuals. The annual subscription is now around $25 a year, I believe. So that's about $2 a month, which is a no-brainer. And of course, there's Spotify for my music. Honestly, I find this a bit expensive, but it is essential and I can't work out without it. So it comes up to about $18 a month. And I will pay this happily because honestly, music dictates my energy. So for apps and subscriptions, we have about $20 a month. Next up, let's talk about supplements. So here's a list of supplements I take. Iron, I think it's super important for women considering our menstrual cycles. Omega-3s, vitamin D, which is about 2,500 IU. I live in Canada, so this is like a must. Greens or electrolytes, whey protein, and creatine. I'm not the most consistent with creatine, but I do use whey regularly, like in shakes, oats, or to hit my protein target when I can't get it from food. So when I add the cost of all these supplements, it comes up to about $540 for 1 year, or around $45 a month. Supplements are not magic, but they really help optimize your energy levels and help with recovery as well. You have to be consistent for at least 3 to 6 months to notice the difference. And obviously, talk to your doctor before adding anything new to your routine. Next, we have protein and whole foods. I eat meat, and my main source of protein at home is chicken breast and eggs. My husband and I started buying the big Costco family pack, which lasts for about 5 days for 2 people. And in that, my consumption is around 1,100 grams or 1.1 kilos of chicken every week. So that's roughly about $25 a week just for me. And if I add other whole foods like carbs, vegetables, fruits, and eggs, the total comes up to about $115 a week per person, which is roughly around $460 a month. Now, note here that for the 2 years, I was super consistent with what I ate. It was the same meal twice a day and there was no variety. Why? Because this helped remove the decision fatigue, making tracking easier and keeping costs consistent. It's really not about restriction. I would still enjoy my weekends and eat out, but just in moderation. This was was just part of how I structured my meals, and that's what kept it sustainable and helped me stay consistent. Next up, gym access. Now, this is a little unique because it's a built-in cost for me. I don't pay a separate gym membership fee because my apartment has a gym and all the amenities I need to stay active. And choosing to live here was completely intentional. It was to support our active lifestyle. So technically, while the gym is free, it's still included in the maintenance fees, which is quite hefty to be honest. So if I factor that in, it costs about $250 a month just for me. So let's add all this up. Now that's a total of $775 a month. Add this to my amortized care, $115 a month, and you're looking at roughly $890 a month, or $10,680 a year, and roughly $21,360 over 2 years. Okay, now let's talk about 5 reasons why this has been totally worth it for me. Number 1, confidence. So every workout was a vote for the kind of person I wanted to be. This is the kind of confidence that shows up when you keep promises to yourself and then you begin to see results. My skin cleared up and really I just started looking better in all my clothes and felt better. You learn to trust yourself, you start standing taller and choosing better for yourself. You can't put a price on things like this. Next up, discipline, which is really the transferable skill from fitness. So fitness has taught me how to do boring things repeatedly, tracking macros, sticking to a plan, and sleeping on time. And those habits spilled over into every other area of life like work, finances, and productivity. So discipline isn't really a punishment. It helps create predictable progress. If I can show up for myself first, I can show up for my goals. Number 3, emotional regulation or free therapy. Before I started going to the gym regularly, I lived in my head. Anxiety, depression, overthinking, these were my baseline. Training at the gym became a great stress buster, and every session helped clear out the mental noise. I believe that if you learn to control your body and movements, you learn to control your mind. Think about it. It's really hard to stress about an annoying coworker when your heart rate's at 160 and you're focused on your breathing and your movement. So for me, I think exercising is a form of meditation. So getting into fitness didn't just tone my body, it gave me a toolkit for emotional clarity. Totally worth it. Number 4, health, sleep, and energy. You don't realize how tired you've been until you start feeling good again. I started sleeping better and on time. My immune system, digestion, focus, everything got sharper, and I started feeling more active, energetic, and capable as well. Number 5, gratitude and peace. Now this sounds a little unsexy, but when I learned how to turn fitness into a daily ritual and started moving my body, I always remembered what I was capable of. Gratitude then was not just something that I wrote in a journal, it became something I felt and lived every single day. And being able to move my body is a reward and potential that I didn't want to waste. Now all of these feelings are a form of mental clarity and peace, and that's what all of this brought me. So yeah, roughly I spend about 10.5 grand a year on my fitness. That's 21 grand over 2 years, and I'll probably continue to spend that much. So the real shift I had to make in the way I looked at these expenses was that I used to waste that much on things that didn't change me anyway, like fast fashion, random Amazon hauls, restaurants, and trips. To me, this had to stop looking like an expense and more like an identity investment. Because the real ROI of fitness that I realized wasn't just a smaller waste, it's a much bigger life. If you like this video, hit like, share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next video.